So in this example, we're going to find f prime of x of the following function, 12 divided by x. Once you learn your basic derivative rules, this will become much simpler. But if you're having to do the definition of derivative with a function like this, make sure you leave enough space on your paper. Keep yourself organized. So remember, f prime of x, limit as delta x approaches 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x over delta x. We want to write that down. A lot of students don't. Highly, highly recommended that you do that. So now, I'm just going to put over here to the right, that's the limit as delta x approaches 0. We're going to put x plus delta x into the function, and so that becomes 12 divided by x plus delta x. Give yourself some space on a question like this, minus f of x all over delta x. So the problem, once again, is you can't put 0 in for delta x. We can't directly substitute. And so we need to clean this up. Well, as you probably did when you were learning limits, you need to find yourself a common denominator here. So on the left side, on this first term, I'm going to multiply by x over x. I'll put that in orange. X divided by x. And here I'm going to multiply by x plus delta x over itself. Remember, in math, you can multiply by 1. This is 1. Okay, now let's clean it up a little bit. We're going to get ourselves a common denominator. I'm going to multiply across the top here, so that's 12x over x plus delta x times x. I'm going to put that x here, not on the right. I like to move it out front to the left, so I'm going to put it right there. Minus 12 times x plus delta x over x plus delta x. Don't forget that delta x stays on the bottom. He's the whole reason we're having to do all this. So, we now have a common denominator. We're going to combine this into one fraction up top. Remember to distribute that negative to everything inside the parentheses here. Okay, so the limit as delta x approaches 0 of 12x minus, 12x minus 12x minus 12 delta x all over, don't distribute here, just leave the denominator ugly. It's okay to leave it ugly. All over delta x. So oftentimes we get confused at a moment like this because we have this fraction, we have these extra fraction bars, and it's complex. And so just remember way back to when you learned how to divide fractions. That's really what's happening. We have a fraction divided by another fraction. So remember, we can flip and multiply. So that's what we're going to do, and hopefully things clean up. By the way, sorry I skipped that. We have 12x minus 12x. We do have some terms that can be reduced out, or this can be simplified. So now I have a fraction of negative 12 delta x divided by x times the quantity x plus delta x times, remember, you flip and multiply here, and what do you know? Okay, if you take a look right here, we can cross reduce out this delta x, and so now I have the limit as delta x approaches 0 of negative 12 as my numerator and x times x plus delta x as my denominator. Be sure to evaluate your limit at this point. A lot of students forget to write this on every step, and as a result, they get here and they get stuck and they don't know what to do. It's because you forgot that you can evaluate at this location. So remember, write that every step. I know it's annoying, but it's necessary. Okay, it's nice, clean, efficient, and correct work. So we're going to evaluate. That's negative 12 over x times x plus 0, which obviously is negative 12 over x times x. And we'd like to clean it up a little bit and make that negative 12 over x squared. Hopefully this was able to help. If not, obviously send me an email.